Good morning. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day. I haven't been doing these videos nearly as much as I used to. I used to be able to get to do them daily, but I've actually been doing some major turnaround situation, and I've been doing my work that I've needed to do, that the universe really has called on me to do more than I initially set out to do. So I thought I'd make a little video about it and just share with you guys and everybody watching, kind of what's been up with me the last 4 weeks, because I've been having to put into practice the things that I consistently am putting out there in terms of what I'm trying to teach and what the message I'm trying to send. I've been having to do those things and really do that work, so to a point where I haven't really had time to do the videos, and I'm loving every second of it. It's given me a great opportunity to refine a lot of things for myself, and it's really been an exciting time. It's actually been so long since I've been doing these in the morning that I'm trying to find a spot here where the sun isn't completely messing up the camera, because the sun has moved from the horizon quite a bit. So about 4 weeks ago, I maybe a little bit more than 4 weeks ago, I wasn't doing the videos anymore. I stopped. I went from like 5 days, 6 days a week videos for you, and then all of a sudden it was maybe once a week, once every other week, and I'll get a spot here soon, I promise. And so it was maybe once every other week, and it's because I had a situation at one of my facilities where there was a husband and wife team working at one of my places, and they were kind of the leadership that was involved. Well, they were the leadership that was supposed to be running it. I was going to just be silent and kind of help out if needed, but not on a daily basis. It wasn't a project that I was really enthusiastic about taking on. It was a project that I was trying to give an opportunity to somebody else who that was their passion, so they could actually do this. And because I had the financial resources, and I believe in people, and I believe in passionate people, and giving passionate people the best possible ways to have opportunities, I made a huge investment financially, and was planning on doing a little bit of investment in time, but just kind of get things rolling. Well, long story short, I will never hire a husband and wife team ever again. And they're both, they're both great people in their own right, but when you have that kind of dynamic in the workplace where it's a husband and wife, even with my own wife, when we work together, things kind of they go sideways at home, and it makes it very difficult. So what ended up happening was I had a meeting with the wife, and she called me in for a meeting actually, and I was completely thrown for a loop, because I thought we were going to be making some progress and hopefully making some moves to make some changes in the business and some improvements, but essentially I just kind of got vented to about the things that were going on with her, and then I was blamed because she was working for me, and I was like, yo, you don't have to be here. It's cool. Like, whatever you want. Don't compromise yourself. Thank you for bringing this stuff to me, and let's talk later and figure out what you really want to do and where the best place is for you. And I had a feeling that this was not the best place and the best situation for a while. So I thought that we had made some progress, and she went downstairs and told her husband that I said some things I didn't say, started telling other people that, and that I also fired her. That's fine, whatever. If she wasn't going to be there, it's fine. If she's not going to be happy there, I don't want people to work somewhere they're not happy. Well, for the next few weeks, and this was, before this 3-week period, he was kind of in limbo, it seemed like. It seemed like he was gone, but he really wanted to make things work out, because he did absolutely appreciate the investment that I made on his behalf, and he didn't want to see it go away. But at a certain point, he just, unthought through, just decided just to walk out after we had already talked and kind of had an end date in sight for him, and exit strategy that would be good for everybody. So all of a sudden I got handed in one of the biggest events of the year, really important, very technical event, I got handed the business. And I wasn't sure what to do. And the employees all brought me into a room and said, "What are we doing? Are we going to close? What's going on?" And I looked at them and I said, and I won't tell you the whole length of it, but essentially I asked them, like, is this what you want to do? Is this what you really want to do? Because if this is what you want to do and you guys are going to make this work and be invested in it, then I'm going to come play too. So at this time I was really in limbo. I could have just said, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm done. I've spent time, I've spent money, I've spent energy here, and I could just cut my losses right now. I've got a lot of things on my schedule. Otherwise I could clear my schedule. And the individuals became so full of life at the prospect that that I would continue doing this, and I would work with them and allow them to make the place amazing again and make it what it's supposed to be. And their level of enthusiasm brought out inspiration in me, and I got so inspired by my employees that it wasn't even a question anymore. I had to, and I shouldn't even say it, I wanted to. I was so excited to work with these individuals and bring them to their potential and what they could do, and we're still doing this. So for the last 4 weeks, I've been nosedived into this business and learning every single technical aspect. I mean, running a business, a lot of things are similar, but there's technical aspects to how things need to be done. And a lot of understanding you need to have, and it's usually you get schooling on this. And I've been to 4 weeks crash course for school on this stuff, and diving in, visiting every single sponsor, every single manufacturer, racers, just trying to learn every single thing that they do and why they actually love this sport so much, why they invest so much time into it, so much money. So this way we could actually provide better services for them. And I'm having a blast doing it. I'm having so much fun doing it. I wake up every single morning, no alarm clock, between 6:30 and 7. And as soon as I'm done brushing my teeth, I'm at it and I'm working on it. And today's been like really the first day that I've had a pause to bring this to you. So I wanted to share this with you because a lot of times you'll just have me talking and I say, okay, now do these things, then systematize this stuff and break this down and set these goals. And that's great, but you don't get to see the action, and I don't get to share the stories and the actions. And now the universe has now put me in a situation saying, hey man, great that you know this stuff and great that you can speak this stuff, but you need to walk this stuff again. You used to walk it every single day and you haven't been walking it because you're not running the business. You're being very passive in it and letting the business do what it does. And I didn't know I wanted to run this business. Now I am having so much fun doing it. So what I really want to leave you with today is when things seem like they're going completely wrong and completely sideways, that means that, hey man, you need to put your attention over here. Just look at this. It doesn't mean you have to take action right away. You have to look at it, and you have to look at it through a lens of as if it was a movie and you were watching a movie. And if you watch a movie and you get really invested in whether a character lives or dies, your whole day could be ruined over some fantasy land, right? Your whole night. People like weeks, like, I can't believe they killed off this person. Well, the reality is that person's not real. And same thing with the situations that we have, that while they feel so real and so important, if we can step back, and I kind of feel like I pull myself back, and I wish there was a better way to explain it. It's kind of a little woo-woo. Instead of like feeling like I'm in a situation, I just step back and I just watch. And when you can watch and observe, you can kind of see people's motives and you can see what is driving them. And you don't get caught up emotionally in it and let it run you, because it's really easy when somebody raises their voice and starts yelling at you to yell back at them. But what happens when you fight fire with fire? You get a bigger fire. You don't want to get a bigger fire. So when you have problems or you're not getting the outcome you want, because you don't really have problems, you just have things that bounce you in different directions. Like, I don't like that. It's not a problem. It just means I'm not going to do more of that. So now I've learned. So when you have these adversities or these outcomes that you don't necessarily want to have, that's great. It's like a gift when it's so obvious, and when it's the worst possible scenario actually happening, it makes it so obvious that it's time to make a change. Because sometimes we're in that gray area and we don't know, like, maybe this will work, maybe it won't, maybe this will work, I don't know. And you kind of hang in there, and you try to make things work that shouldn't be working. So when you have that slap in the face where it's like, this sucks, that is a great moment, because that means it's time to make a pivot. That means I'm not going in this direction anymore. So that's what I've been doing for the last 4 weeks, is I've made that pivot, and the business has made a turnaround faster than I could ever dream. It went from me having to fund it out of my personal account to even just make payroll. And now we've been able to pay me back for that last funding, not everything that I put into the business, but the last funding. And on top of that, we've grown. When we've had a bunch of vendors that were late on payment and stuff like that, I think we got all of them caught up, or the checks are in the mail at this point within 4 weeks. And we've got a nice little nest egg. We've gotten equipment fixed. We've gotten the place improved. Some people are probably getting some raises, and great things are happening. And people are coming out to the events and loving them and enjoying them and sharing them. So when you get to that place that sucks, and you're like, I really didn't want this to happen, and you feel awful about it, it's not the outcome that you wanted, realize that it's an outcome. It's an outcome, and when you get an outcome you don't want, that means it's time to make a shift, to make a change, not to sit by idly anymore. And if you sat by idly and observed, you know what that shift is. So if you don't know what that shift is, first of all, if you get to that spot and you're like, I have no idea what to do, stop and look what you've been doing. Write those things down. Chances are none of them are what you should be doing. There may be 1 or 2 out of 5 things. And if you've been doing nothing, then that's what happens. That's what you get. So when you get to that spot, assess that situation, assess all your resources, especially the people that are involved in that situation, because a lot of times we're not in this alone. We're not in a position where bad things are happening just to us. The things we don't want to happen just to us. It's usually there's collectively people around us, and people that care about us, that love us, that are watching it happen. And listen to what they have to say objectively, without jumping to assume any assumptions, without making excuses, without turning your ears off and be like, I'm not listening to this person. The people around you are going to watch your situations much better than you are, because it's easier to watch a movie than star in a movie. That's why people don't star in movies. They usually watch movies. More people do that. So people can see some things, but also make sure the people that you're getting this advice from, that are watching this situation, are, of sound mind, the type of people you want to be around. So, we all face some crazy adversity, and it's so easy to just give in and give up and then feel like crap. That's what happens. So make sure that when you get faced with this change, this challenge, that you realize that it's actually for your own benefit. Number one, this is always going to work out for me. Just say that to yourself. Like, the second the thought goes from, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to me. When you say that in your head, say, I am so grateful. Or you could say, this is going to work out for me. I can't believe it's going to happen to me. And then it's quickly just, something my wife taught me actually last night. It's like changing channels. You're watching a channel, like, this sucks. So you just switch the channel. All it is controlling it in your mind, right? And just switching your thought pattern. Oh my gosh, this is the worst situation ever. Switch the channel. Maybe this isn't so bad. Switch the channel. This is going to work out for me. Switch the channel. Okay, what if anything about this is good, what is good about this situation? Aha, you get to that channel. And then you can move to another channel of, this is definitely going to work out for me. I'm going to find a way. This is going to be fun. And your mind will bounce back and forth between these channels, but no, you can watch the pattern that you have. We all have patterns. Some of us, like my pattern typically is like, oh God, I can't believe I got to deal with this. And then I'm like, this is going to work out for me. And that's the two channels I basically have. And sometimes I have to bring in, all right, I've got to find a way to make this work out right now. And then my mind might bounce it back, like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And then I just switch the channel again. So you'll have a pattern, there's 3 or 4 things that are going to go through your mind before before you get to the place you want to be. And then as soon as you know, you get to that first channel and you're like, oh, I can't believe this is happening to me. You know your pattern. You know how to switch things. And just say, okay, I just got to switch the channel 3 more times. What's my pattern? So I hope that helps you. It's helping me. It's made things amazing with what I'm doing. Those of you that know me personally know which place I'm talking about. I don't like to talk ill of anybody or get too into that stuff and make it seem like it's anybody else's stuff. The reality is things are booming, and they're booming better than ever because I'm doing this stuff. And this stuff works for me. This stuff will work for you. So if you watch those channels, when your mind gets to that spot where you're feeling like all help is gone, like it's impossible, and we all get there, realize all you got to do is change your channel. Okay, if something good was going to come out of this, what would it be? And focus on that for a minute, and then you can change the next channel. Okay, I'm going to make these things happen. So write down what those channels are. We are doing such enormous things at this business. I'm so excited for the future, more so than I've been since a long time. It's such a great feeling to have a mission, and the universe gave me this. It gave me an opportunity that I was giving to somebody else, and then that opportunity, they didn't want to do it. They couldn't change their channel. They couldn't change their channel. They got stuck on that first channel, and they were just going nosedive. And they'll change, and they'll have prosperity in their life, I hope. But it gave me an opportunity. It gave me an opportunity. Now the universe said, okay, here's a mess. Here is a freaking utter mess. What can you do with this? And I had to sit there and change the channel and work with the people around me, the resources around me. And now I'm loving every single minute of it. So it was really a gift, even though at first it seemed like it was a nightmare. So realize this for yourself, and if you can change and reframe your perspective around things, they will get better. Any situation, I promise. You just got to work at it. Some are harder to work at than others. All right, I'm going to tune out. Please share if you like this and this helps you. Maybe it'll help somebody else too. And hopefully I'll see you this weekend at San Antonio Raceway. We got some awesome events going on. I am so pumped to go over there. We had a great event at Cycle Ranch last weekend, and we got some more big ones coming up over there. So I'm just pumped. So hope to see you out soon. Have a great day, everybody.